Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am praying that the broadcast is coming across well. I'm in a hotel, as you can see. I'm in Austin, but anyway, wanted to come to you guys live. I'm hoping that the internet is working well. Give me a thumbs up if I'm coming across okay. Let me give some shout outs while y'all give me the thumbs up. Good morning, Candace. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Natifa. Good morning, Donovan. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Harry. Good morning, Annie. Jennifer. Good morning, Miss Veronica. Good morning, Madeline. Good morning to the Emersons. Good morning to Ashley. Good morning, Yalitza. Good morning, Miss Jackson. Good morning, Shanika. Good morning. Madeline, good morning. I got a thumbs up from I got a lot of thumbs up. Okay. Erica, good morning. Rita, good morning. Joan, good morning. Okay, I guess we're going good. So we want to continue to talk today about finding friends, the importance and the process. Finding friends, the importance and the process. Um, I want to say this as I was praying about this morning, and as I was studying, I came up with this that I want to say. I don't think there's anything more important. Well, I think the most important thing in our walk with God is finding the right church and where God wants us to be, under the right man and woman of God, in the right vision that God has called us to. I think that's the number one most important thing in our life. But I think number two, most important thing in a believer's life are the friends that they select, the friends that they find, the friends that they choose. I think that's the second most important thing, the friends. So I think that this subject that we're on and we'll be on this week and next is very, very vital. We started out last week talking about friends affect the way that we think and we feel about ourselves, right? Friends affect the way that we think and we feel about ourselves. We talked about friends influence each other's personal preferences and lifestyles. I mean, friends can have a strong influence on how we believe, on what we believe, and it doesn't matter. It could be a Christian friend or a worldly friend. I was at dinner last night with a guy that works for me, and he's a devout Christian, and we were having a real kind of deep discussion, and he and I believe vastly different. We believe real different. He believes that we have to battle and go to war against these and do all this stuff and relative to fighting demonic spirits and all that. And I believe I have authority over them. I believe that they're defeated. I believe that I don't have to do all that. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm not gonna waste one moment worrying about some demonic spirit that Christ has already given me the authority. In Luke 10:19, he's given me power over all the. So even when it comes to that, just think, well, Pastor, they're a Christian. Sometimes that's even a little touch and go, right? We also looked at, friendships in the present influence the nature of our friendships in the future, right? But why? Because sometimes we have present day friends and things don't work out, and then it hinders us. I've talked to people all the time. I don't want friends. I don't want any friends. I don't want to have friends because they've had a bad experience with past friendships. So friendships can influence in that way, right? And then we talked about a strong social network is associated with a healthier, longer life. People that have friends around them, friends that care about them, friends that are concerned, people that they can talk to, people they can share with. So today, what we want to talk about at the end of last week, I talked about, and y'all have heard me talk about this before, the inner court, the outer court, and your holies of holies. Well, today I want to go a little bit deeper into what is the inner court and what is the outer court, right? The holies of holies, we're going to leave that alone because for me, the holies of holies is, that's your wife, that's your husband if you have one. If you're not married, that's your parents sometimes. That's your pastors sometimes. Depends on your walk with God, right? It can vary, right? So we're going to leave holies of holies alone right now. But today, for the purpose of the day, I want to talk about four things. Number one, acquaintances, casual friends, close friends, and intimate friends. So let me say that again. Acquaintances and casual friends, that would be your outer court. Acquaintances and casual friends, that would be your outer court. And then your inner court would be close friends and intimate friends. So I want to talk a little bit about those two today. So what is an acquaintance? An acquaintance, these are people that you recognize and who recognize you. These are people in your passing. They kind of, it's a hi and bye. They know you. You may chat with them occasionally. You may know some basic information about them, and you may even make some, some small talk with them, right? These are, I like to call these are what I call the ships passing in the night, right? These are people you walk by every day, you talk to. Maybe you know them in church, you see them in church, but you've really never taken the time to stop and really talk to them or get to know them. Acquaintances are polite, they're friendly when they happen to meet, right? It's very cordial. It's a very, good conversation, but they don't make plans to see each other outside of that hi and bye, outside of the hi and bye. So that's an acquaintance. And the reason why I think this is important is one of the key, things that I wrote on here is the biggest issue with friends is you having them in the wrong classification. The biggest issue with friends is you having them in the wrong classification. When you don't know where a friend fits, it leads to wrong expectations. When you don't know where a friend fits, it leads to wrong expectations. Write that down. The biggest issue with friendships today, this is a key pillar, is that you have and you put the wrong classification on a friendship. And that wrong classification leads to you having the wrong expectation of that friendship. Okay. So we talked about acquaintances. Now let's talk about casual friends. Casual friends enjoy one another's company and they usually make plans to meet up. So it's like the next step from an acquaintance, right? Unlike an acquaintance, casual friends casual friends will have shallow topical conversations. Casual friends could be people that you talk to on Facebook. Casual friends could be people that you go a little bit deeper with in the church. Maybe you go to lunch with them, right? They tend to go beneath the surface and are slightly you'll have slightly more personal conversations with them, right? Those are what casual friends are, right? Casual friends are people that, again, I like to use the word, you keep them at arm's length, right? You're going to talk to them about things. You're going to share things with them, but you're not going to go deep. You're not going to go intimate. You're not going to go, let's call it personal, right? In other words, you may talk to them about, getting a new lawn guy for your house, right? But you're not going to talk to them about, the arguments you and your husband have because he don't want to cut the grass. Okay. That's the difference. So these two categories of friends, acquaintances and casual friends, are what I call the outer court, right? Now the inner court falls under these two classifications: close friends and intimate friends. And at this level, two people have now shown some meaningful affection towards each other. They have shown concern for one another, right? Compared to casual friends, close friends usually want to see each other more often. Close friends normally want to see their friends do well. Close friends normally will participate in the facilitation of their friend succeeding or doing well. If they see their friend struggling, a close friend will try to help. A close friend's gonna, pray for you. A close friend's gonna be in your corner, right? And here's some other, just common characteristics of a close friend. You both feel able to reach out to each other at any time, right? You're happy to help one another in times of needs. That's what close friends are. Close friends are the people that, when you're moving, they come and help you, right? That's what close friends are. I ain't helping nobody. I've already told you, don't call me to help you move. Call me to help you move. I'll help you buy some laborers to help you move. I ain't helping nobody move. I'll help you fund moving, but I ain't moving nothing, right? So you got to know your close friends, right? Close friends have a mutual sense of respect and appreciation for each other. So when you find a close friend, it's like a mutual respect. You've grown to that, right? You both feel comfortable showing your true selves. Neither of you feel like you need to put on a mask or a persona when you're around that person. You don't feel like you have to pretend, right? This isn't a Facebook friendship. On Facebook, you put all your pretty pictures on. You don't put your ugly pictures on. On Facebook, most women take hours before they're going to take a picture to put it on Facebook. Why? Because they're trying to put this front out there, right? People that front put, I see people putting pictures on Facebook they have the worst marriage in the world, but they're putting all these pictures on Facebook of them having a lovey-dovey relationship with their husband or with their children, right? It's a front, right? So when you have a real friend, you don't feel a need to do that. You don't feel a need to put a mask on. You don't feel like that with a real friend, you got to clean the whole house up and make that, make this representation of your house when they come over. That's not true. Your house is never like that. So why would you go to that length? Because you don't feel comfortable about who you are, and that person's not truly a close friend, right? You ask one another for advice. Close friends talk to each other for advice, right? And they have faith in each other's judgment. You know that a close friend, you've known them for a while. You've seen some of the decisions they've made, right? You invite each other to important celebrations, birthdays, graduations, etc. That's what close friends do. And lastly, close friends are slow to judge one another. Close friends will fight for that person. You don't always approve of each other's choices or opinions, but you try to empathize and you try to understand rather than criticize and condone or condemn, right? Condemn. So think about that. Close friends try to empathize and understand rather than criticize and condemn. That's the real difference. So when I talk about inner court, this is what we're talking about. And then lastly, it's intimate friends, right? Intimate friends are very similar to close friends. However, intimate friends trust, accept, and support one another. Intimate friends trust. Now, unlike a close friend, now you put your trust in that person, right? You trust them. You trust them for counsel. You trust them for advice. You trust them that they have your best interest at heart, not theirs. However, you need to understand that an intimate friendship involves a deeper sense of connection. Intimate friends, to me, this balances on the holies of holies. I'm not going to have too many people that are not in my holies of holies, intimate friends. I have some intimate friends just due to longevity. I have many friends, and when I say many, I'd probably say over 10 that I've had a relationship with for over 25 years. So that makes it a little bit different. With an intimate friend, there are very few topics that are off limits, right? You may feel that you could talk to them about anything and everything, right? And that you're safe, right? A lot of times intimate friends are described as best friends. But even with best friends, you got to be careful, right? The difference of a holies of holies and inner court and outer court, holies of holies has to have one key ingredient. It has to have a spiritual connection. That's why sometimes even your parents aren't in your holies of holies. Let me tell you something. If you go start talking to your mom about your husband, that's not going to be a good day at the house when Thanksgiving comes and Christmas comes, right? You got to have a holies of holies. You have to have spiritual authority, spiritual leadership, spiritual covering in your life if you really want to move far. But today we're talking about friends. So think about the friends in the way that I just explained them. I want you to think about acquaintances and casual friends, and then close friends. Acquaintances and casual friends, again, that's your outer court. And then close friends are your inner court. And everybody, let me say this, everybody needs friends. Everybody needs friends. I hope this has been valuable. Next week, what I want to talk about is I want to begin to dive into this model of learning how to develop friendships. From acquaintance to building up that friendship, to contributing, to determination when the friendship struggles, to actually ending. How do we even end these friendships when they go awry? So next week I want to start on that. I don't know if that'll be 2 weeks or one. It may be one. It may be two. But anyway, until next week, I love you guys. Listen, I want to say this before closing. Tonight's church, my wife is bringing the word. She is going to be talking about, again, we've been talking about the mission. And, I talked to you guys about reading the book of Ephesians. And she's going to go in there and pull out some different parts to really kind of drill down on and begin to wrap up this sermon series on the mission. And then on Sunday, I will put the final bow on it. But, man, let me tell you something. God is doing a great thing. And the mission of Christ is the number one thing that we need to be focused on going into the new year. This is our new, and our new begins and ends with us doing us. And that's the ending, us doing us. And the new beginning is us focusing on the mission of God. And man, we love you guys. Get in there. If you can't make it tonight, get online, man. My wife is going to do a wonderful job. I'm excited about what the Holy Spirit has to say through her. And again, until tomorrow, which is Prayer Thursday, Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life. Hold on. I got to go over here. I always mess this up. Until tomorrow, Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life.